Hello and welcome to this episode where we try and build the world's smallest fully themed roller coaster. We're giving ourselves a 10 by 10 square to try and pack this in. We've got a few things to think about, like what roller coaster we're actually going to use and what the theme should be. So in the end I went with a Big M launched LSM on the basis that I didn't think a chain lift would be so good in such a small area. And I've managed to pack in 3 inversions, and it's quite a tidy little layout really. It's not too many boring bits and it fits in just about. So after getting the ride laid down, the next thing to think about was the paths. And being in such a small area and trying to leave some of the ride supports in, it was quite a tough job actually to squeeze the paths in. I think I managed to do quite a good job of it. And now the next thing to think about really is what the theme's going to be, because I still didn't really know what I was going to do at this point. So the first thing I thought of doing was building a basic station building. This building would just give me some sort of base to work from, just a covering really, and something that I would cover up later. I do quite like this little layout really. I think it's quite good. So anyway, onto the theming, and I thought I'd start with some sort of ruined temple, that sort of basically thing. Use these big marble blocks, really start getting the areas filled up really, just to try and give it some sort of substance. You can see I'm really starting to fill up all the areas really with the blocks to give this temple sort of appearance, and it's starting to come on a bit better really, but there's still plenty more to do. So I thought I'd start building up over the station really now to sort of give it that temple feel and get rid of that sort of basic station building. But you know, I thought I'd leave the building there for sort of a little bit of realism-ish. And you see the temple's coming on a bit more here with a tower up in the corner here, and a few more blocks dotted around the place, and it's starting to take shape now. All the time that I'm doing this, I've obviously got to be wary about making sure nothing's getting in the way of the actual coaster layout itself. It's already quite a tight layout, not much room to it. It's hard to work in between, but I do think it's starting to come on. And now it's time to try and have a look at the other back corner really, to really give the back of the ride a good feel. I ended up with putting another sort of temple towery sort of thing with part of it ripped out, and it's really filling up the area quite nice actually. So with the back side of the ride sort of filled up, it's time to look back at the front. Get some big arches in there to really give it some height, so it's not such a flat area covered up with rubble and stuff. Really gives it a bit more height and fills the upper areas of the ride, so it doesn't just look so bland and boring. So as for the building foundations, this is sort of the base load of the building there really. You know, nice arch at the front there, and it's starting to really be almost the finished product in respects to just the building side of things. Now we've just got to decorate it and really get the plants and really bring it to life. You know, the last few little blocks put in down the side there just to really fill it up, and somehow I managed to get all this in and not get in the way of the coaster anywhere, which I think probably deserves a little prize in itself, because it's quite a little packed area. The 10 by 10 area really doesn't give you much room when it comes to it. You think you'd have like a bit more room, but you really don't. So this is sort of an aerial view of the final build, and as you can see it's quite jammed up, but there's still plenty of room for some bushes and some other bits and bobs and maybe a few trees. Try and really give it that finishing factor. I don't reckon it's come out too bad. I mean, probably could be better, but it also could be worse. So we'll get some rocks chucked in around the bottom. Good to get the rocks in, and then that'll cover up some of that bottom sort of base area of floor. And then we'll get some bushes and trees in there, you know, to try and fill a bit more of the height up, really make it look a bit more natural. And this is what I've ended up with basically. You can see I've added a couple more flaming torches and a little fire bowl in there. And I've added some pirate cave music because it seemed to suit this theme quite well. I think what I've ended up with is something half representable of what I can achieve really with my basic skill set. And yeah, this is basically, you know, to go from this little 10 by 10 square and cram this lot in there. So I suppose now the only thing to think of really is the nighttime lighting. Make sure the mood's set alright when the lights go out. I had a bit more colour in there. It's not too bad beforehand, but I think a little dash of extra coloured lights in there makes it just look a little bit more like a spooky sort of creepy ruined temple. And this is it really at night time. Looks quite good actually. Couldn't say I could do better myself. So I suppose now it's time to open it up and let the visitors come in. And here they come, barrel-arging down the path for a fun day out at the world's smallest miniature theme park. Well, I can't really class it as a theme park, I suppose. They're coming down the queue. And here they are, having some fun riding it. And, well, seems like it was a half success. I mean, they certainly seem to be enjoying it, flying around there. It's not too bad when you ride it, but it is a little bit janky and possibly a little bit too fast for the layout, possibly. Well, we'll see what you think anyway. Let's go for a ride on it. I mean, at least with a launch rather than a lift hill, it's not quite such a boring wait to get to the top. But I have tried toning the speed down on it, and if you lower it too much more, the excitement goes out the roller coaster. I think some of the loops are possibly a little bit too speedy. Well, that's that then. So take a little walk around, I suppose, see what they see from a person's point of view. See a little signo whacked in down there, because if I'm honest, I completely forgot about that. And it's probably not entirely realistic, because I think health and safety would have something to say about all these tracks and roller coasters flying around, you know, about an inch above your head. But, you know, it's packed in such a tight little area. Managed to get the theme in there just about. Rocks and plants launched in there to fill up any gaps. And then you can see the coaster car going up there. It looks pretty good, really, running around the track. I'm trying to keep track of the thing. It's flying all over the place, really. You know, and it seems popular enough with the old people. Quite disappointed I didn't get a proper loop-the-loop in there, though. But, you know, I didn't really think about it when I was building the layout. But yeah, it's pretty good. A little stroll up the queue path here. Couple of torches. Probably could do maybe a little bit of extra theming, maybe a couple of little bit more temple-y like things there. But anyway, on to the nighttime ride. See it flying around here. And I mean the nighttime lighting on it is not fantastic, but I think the extra different coloured glows just give it a little extra something while it's flying around. But it looks alright with all those flaming torches around the place anyway, really. I reckon it's not too bad. And then a last little look around, really, just at night time here. It seems quite good. I mean, yeah, there's not much really else to say about it, is there? I think it's definitely finished enough for me. I know some people really like to push it above and beyond. Whereas I'm more of I like to do enough and that will do sort of builder. But yeah, to come from where it came from, you know, I reckon a little empty box. Took me a few hours to make, but I'm happy with the end result. I'm going to upload it to my workshop, and I'll chuck the share code in the description should anyone want it. I mean, it's only actually just under 900 pieces, so I think that's an achievement to get it built in such little amount of pieces. But I suppose that goes back to me saying I like to only build what's necessary rather than too much extra. I mean, I suppose the only really thing missing from this is there's nothing animated in it or no triggers on the track. But I mean, I'm still happy with the result, really. It's definitely not realistic, but it's definitely not rubbish. Anyway, thanks for watching, and if you have made it this far, which I don't know if anyone will, please give it a like and maybe a subscribe if you want to see some more stuff I come up with.